Welcome back, Overwatch fans, to another amazing night.
We have a fantastic match tonight, no question about it.
Oh my god, yes!
Look up a run! Make sure they can't even follow up afterwards.
And Wash is down 2 in this fight thus far. Make that 3, make that 4 right now here. Dynamic team gets a 4-man tire.
Those who find the picks will save the fights, and they don't really need to save what they've already won.
100 gets 3 with the primal rage.
Experience tranquility.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody else in between, good evening and welcome back to Tranquility Gaming Season 8 coverage. Earlier today, we started off the final week of Stage 1 with our EU Harmony Tier feature match. And now we've come back across the pond to witness our North American Harmony Tier feature match, where Frost Nova try to keep their streak alive against the winless Steam. Can Steam start picking up this heat, or will they be knocked out cold by Frost Nova? My name is Bowsy, and I'm joined here by Gizmo Charmander on the cast and Boof on production. Gizmo, how are you doing today?
You know, for a pain-in-the-butt season it has been, considering I'm the coach of Chrysalis and a player on Monarch, it's not been terrible, you know? It's been a nice sunny day where I'm at. I'm hoping everyone else has enjoyed that, but I'm really looking forward to this match. This is the second match I will cast in this season, so springtime's not a fun time for me, but hey, you know what? I know that a lot of people feel that kind of pain pressure, so let's go on and see what these teams are going to be doing tonight.
Definitely. Both of these teams obviously have very mixed seasons. Frost Nova recovering after a first match loss to Amateur Professionals, and that's the only loss they've gotten so far. Since then, they have not lost a single map. They've been sweeping every single opponent. Team on the other side, it's kind of the opposite. They have lost every match, but they have yet to be swept. And Gizmo, you'll be happy to know that this team has the most draws out of any team thus far this season.
Oh boy, I can see NPC right now just putting in the map 5 already.
But it's definitely going to be interesting to see how both of these teams fare out and which team is going to be able to come out in the end. And this could really determine the seeding for stage number 2, which starts in 2 weeks after our event week next week. So it's going to be interesting to see how these sort of teams fare out. And also, speaking of event week, right there at the bottom, you see the donation bar for event week. Make sure you get all your donations in for Project Hope. We're still accepting submissions for content creator 1v1s as we're heading into our first map, and it's Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, don't forget to hit exclamation donate so you can get that up and go right to the link. But here we are on Lijiang Tower. Now, Lijiang Tower is, you know, one of those maps that I know a lot of teams get tired of, but it's just such an easy map to run. Depending on which one you're starting, it looks like we'll be on Gardens first. You're probably going to see either a 6-man or maybe a Sim Teleporter strat here. It just really depends on the teams and what to play. But I'm going to tell you right now, either team, if either team starts on a brawl kind of match and you're running 6-man on the other hand, you need a swap. Now, we do see Frost Nova might be pulling our strings here with the Zen Lucio. Yeah, I'm going to say this comp is definitely full cap right now with the Hog Orisa Doom and Widow. But what's interesting seeing from Steam is the double Reinhardt shield. Not something you usually see here on Lijiang Tower. So maybe they have a strategy here. They are running a Junkrat. Maybe they thought that they were on Control Center, or they're just pre-prepping for it. But it's going to be very interesting to see because there's not really tight corners that Junkrat can really hold through chokes and stuff. So I don't know how much value they're going to be able to get, but they are going to get the point first.
Yeah, definitely. Steam going to be able to teleport straight onto the point here with this Rein Sigma composition, being able to land out a lot of damage here with Ghost Phantom on the Junkrat. Meanwhile, Frost Nova running the 6-man dive, shadow dive, graveyard composition that we're so used to here. It'll be interesting to see if they're going to be able to get these setups. You already see the dive coming in, and already Stelbel gets picked out by Ghost Phantom. Make that 2 for Ghost Phantom, binding both supports here on the side of Frost Nova. And just like that, the tide has already turned in the favor here for Steam. Ghost Phantom just wiping the floor here on this Junkrat, and that's going to give Steam the first point here.
Yeah, and here's exactly what I was saying. If you're going to run the 6-man and you already see that they're on a brawl composition, and obviously when you're running Reinhardt, it's a brawl, it might be time to make those switches. Now, they are about all at around 60% ult charge, so they're going to probably try to do it one fight, maybe see if they can win it. But teams, captains, coaches, this is what you need to learn. If you want to beat the 6-man here and you're not good at the 6-man, just go ahead and go standard brawl here because it makes it very difficult, especially when the teams are grouped up like they are. And Junkrat's just got free reign as long as he can't get dove.
Oh, and Thor Umea tries to go to the backline to build out the AMP, gets picked off by Harry Poggers there. A little bit of help with Ghost Phantom as well on that Junkrat. But we see Frost Nova still wanting to engage into this fight, but obviously a lot of damage pouring out. And Ghost Phantom gets that tire kill onto Boomcore. Ricky, however, gets the return kill here. So now 1 DPS is missing on the side of Steam. And now you see that as Zeno has that Primal Rage online, trying to get him moves in, as Thor Umea is able to get the kill onto McCree Martin, and the rest of Steam are starting to fall because of Stelbel's Coalescence, making sure Frost Nova looks sustained and looking able to cap this point into their favor, but 52% taken by Steam.
Yeah, and not to mention, they do have EMP, which is an easy win fight condition here, but it's all going to be up to Waterboy in this next fight to make sure that they don't get hacked in the EMP and be able to sustain their team. Here comes the wall from McCree.
Oh, but it's a 5-man EMP coming out from Thor Umea, trying to shut out the rest of Steam right then and there. Blazing Angel gets 2 on the Lucio, and the rest of the kills go in favor. The Shatter is invested by this won't work, and indeed, it didn't work. And just like that, Frost Nova win another fight, but PG's starting to try and bring back some picks here, but will get hacked and get killed by Thor Umea once again.
Yeah, because Frost Nova had the ult, the better ult in their favor right there, it made it so much easier to fight. Like I said before, Brawl should be able to win this, but once they have this nice setup and you don't push in, it's going to be a lot harder, especially with this Junkrat on their side of Steam.
See what the move is here from Steam, as Zeno takes the first sort of engage, trying to pump in a little bit of damage, and here comes a Blossom from Boomcore, gets rid of McCree Martin, but does, however, get beaten out by Waterboy. Now as Zeno has the Primal Rage, Thor Umea finishes off this won't work, and as Zeno gets booped to the pit by Waterboy, does get the revenge kill, however, onto that Lucio, but still, Frost Nova will be winning this fight, and now they're counting up almost the last fight territory here, Gizmo.
That is a fun trade right there, seeing the Lucio and Winston take out, and Blazing Angel just getting ghosts on back out. See, this is what I'm saying. Junkrat's not really a huge character on this map. They were able to win that first fight because they had control of the point, but once they have that loss, I think it was probably time to get off the Junkrat, but he's got Tire now, so this next fight's going to be up to him and Peachy with a huge Flux and Tire combo if they can get it off.
If they're able to make it work, we also have McCree Martin switching over to the Cassidy here. And already a big pick found by Peachy, able to eliminate Thor Umea. Now the Flux comes in, unable to get any sort of picks. The Tire and the Coalescence come out from Ghost Phantom and Harry Poggers, respectively. Bomb also comes out here from Ricky. And the Tire gets Stelba, but Ricky finds two with the Diva Bomb. Trying to turn it in favor here for Frost Nova. Overtime has been triggered here by Steam, but already they're losing members on the point. Members falling one by one here on the team of Steam. And it looks like Frost Nova going to be able to rebound after losing the point first, and they will be taking Lijiang Garden.
Man, what an interesting fight. Like I said, I think if they switched off the Junkrat there, Steam would have probably had an easier going, just because there's not really tight chokes that you can spam through here on Garden. It's very easy to avoid the spam. You don't have to worry about resources as much. Now, coming here on Night Market, the Junkrat can be crucial, especially if you switch over back to the Symmetra and try to get to that point first. 6-man is not as strong here, so we're definitely going to see Frost Nova switch over. They're running the Doomfist instead of the Junkrat, which a lot of people like to start with because Doom has a higher pick potential here at early fight, but Junkrat, actually, no, he's switching over to the Doomfist. So it's going to be a Doomfist matchup. It's just going to be a matter of who gets the picks first and what valuable picks. The only thing I'm questioning is Harry Poggers running the Symmetra, or the Moira here, instead of running the standard Baptiste here. So maybe hoping to fade away from the Doomfist and staying alive long enough to support their team.
Frost Nova get over to the point first as Steam start making their way into the point here. Boomcar looking for that perfect engage and gets that punch onto Ghost Phantom, and already Frost Nova's clean up the rest of the picks. The faster TP gets the faster cap, and with that, Frost Nova will be getting the cap first here on Lijiang Night Market after they deal with this pesky Lucio Waterboy, who just barely doesn't escape a Blazing Angel, risks his own life for it and pays the price. But still, that's going to be the point for Frost Nova.
Blazing Angel got us too. Now, if I was Steam there, what I would have done instead of forcing that TP, if you lose the TP fight and you couldn't get up in time and meet them on point at the same time, just make a rotation. You take the off angles. You know, they have point control. If you take off angles, Brawl has a hard time controlling a point, especially like here on Night Market or like if we're on Ilios, a Lighthouse. You take multiple angles here and you can get more value, but it was just a lost fight the moment they took the TP late.
Big pick there from Ghost Phantom onto Thor Umea, already eliminating that TP threat, but already Boomcore on the Doomfist starting to get some work done. Peachy and McCree Martin have fallen now to that Doomfist, and Frost Nova just cleaning up the rest of the field. All of a sudden, it's Ghost Phantom who will get that kill onto Azino, but that's all it is.
Yeah, the switch over to Torb is a very interesting. I guess it's trying to keep Boomcore in check with the Doomfist. You got a little more peel with the 7th man turret, and now the Cassidy doesn't have to worry about so much. But they gotta check their flanks here, otherwise he's gonna get so much value here on the flank.
Yeah, but Boomcore exactly will do that. Just get a flank in there, and this won't work. Gets burned down by Ricky. Meteor Strike comes out here from Boomcore as well, trying to get that early kill, and gets the double kill onto Waterboy and Martin. And just like that, that's another one fight here for Frost Nova, looking strong thus far.
Yeah, and actually that setup that took out the Reinhardt early, even though he wasn't able to find an initial pick, he was able to disrupt the team so much that Ricky was able to follow up on the damage and take out the Reinhardt, which is massive for them. Now we're coming into this last fight territory. It's going to come down to ult usage on the side of Steam. They're going to take this point off.
We'll see if they're able to do it. They automatically engage here with Harry Poggers' Coalescence, so we'll see if that makes any sort of difference here. Frost Nova backing up a little bit, looking for the perfect opportunity to be able to re-engage into this. Vulture's still building up here on Steam. Here comes the wall coming out from Thor Umea, and the multi-core comes out from Ghost Phantom. But Ricky finds a 2K bomb again here for the side of Frost Nova. Overtime starting to tick away, and the rest of Frost Nova just cleaning up Steam one by one. Just like that, once the picks are done and dealt with, which it looks like they will be, Frost Nova will be winning the first map here on Lijiang Tower.
And the granddaughter taking the throne right as the end of the map. What a strong play from Frost Nova. Like I said, I think the biggest problem Steam had was just making the switches they need to do there. You know, getting off the Junkrat on Gardens, and particularly on Night Market, when they lost the chance to meet them on the TP into the point, they should have just took off angles and spread out, because when you're running a single shield here, the best way to beat it is to get off angles, right? To beat Brawl, you want to be pokey. But if you're brawling into them, it's kind of hard, especially when you already have the setup. The car wash is already there. Doomfist is ready to go. I mean, it was just a tragic end for Steam there. They completely just wiped out So I think what they need to do when they go back to looking at these VODs here on Lijiang Tower is just realize, hey, let's realize, if we mess up on the TP, let's not take it. They could have faked TP, they could have TP to the outside, they could have done a lot of things there. I mean, Booncore shouldn't have got the value that they got on that first fight just because they took the TP way too late here. But I mean, that ultimate from Booncore, absolutely beautiful when you actually see Doomfist getting value other than getting away with his ult.
Absolutely. Booncore, aka Early Vincent, has been a really good member of Frost Nova for 2 seasons now. Really showing his potential here on the DPS role and being able to show that. But now we're going to be heading into map number 2. Steam's map choice for their 2CP map is the one and only Hanamura. And kind of interesting sort of map selection, but considering we saw a lot of that SimTV Brawl, this makes sense here, Gizmo.
Yeah, I think out of all the 2CPs, Hanamura has kind of become the King's Row for a lot of people, because if you don't have a player that can play like Ball, Volskaya doesn't really matter that much to you because it's not an easy map. If you're not really great with like a double bubble comp or just straight up dive, then Temple of Anubis becomes hard as well in the first point here. Hanamura is the only map that you can truly just straight up run brawl every time and get value off of it. I think a lot of teams typically now have learned that, hey, maybe instead of running the double shield on defense, we'll go to the standard brawl, maybe with a Sim May, try to mirror match, or the Cassidy May. But if you can really learn how to do that double shield, maybe throw a Torben, it could be easier. So maybe Steam has an idea on defense how they can stop the symmetric TP here. But I will say this, it definitely looks like this won't work, is comfortable more on the Reinhardt than they have been on any other tank, because that's all we've seen them on. And Pinchy really likes to run the Sigma, so I think they're trying to play more into the Strakes here, and Hanamura is definitely a kind of map that you can get away with running this particular double shield here. Ghost Phantoms once again back on that Junkrat, which is a pretty good strategy here. You could, like I said, run it on Temple of Anubis because there's that high ground. Reinhardt doesn't really get as much value. You can't be in the choke destroying team as they're walking through, so I think it's pretty smart for them to choose this particular map. Now, what's interesting, Frost Nova isn't actually going to be, Frost Nova is running the, classic brawl here. So like I said, I think a lot of teams start realizing, hey, maybe instead of running the double shield, if we can't run it on this map, let's just do the standard brawl and just mirror match them, right? The only difference is the Sigma going to be more valuable than the D.Va here. So we're going to see as a, do an interesting TP strat.
Just TP up to the left side here is what Steam's going to be doing, take that high ground advantage. Also noteworthy, they have a Bap Zen here for the setup, and not what you usually would see on this composition, which is a Lucio Bap. Already a big pick there from Ghost Phantom. A good trap on the low ground, sets it up so that Ricky loses his neck early here. Teams start trying to make their advance here onto the point, trying to contest Frost Nova, who's on that stock standard brawl. Ricky loses their life, but this won't work, so it's already a good start here for Steam. But this won't work, gets overextended. A good wall from 40 Umea to be able to shut him out, and now that Reinhardt dead for the side of Steam. Team, however, still trying to stabilize. They're trying to get anywhere, but guess what? As Zeno drops down with the shatter, knocks 2 to the ground, gets the charge onto McCree Martin, eliminates that Symmetra. But still, Steam is trying to bring this back. Harry Poggers has gotten 2 on the Zenyatta thus far and trying to make it 3 here. Stelbell has to use the window to try and stabilize here. Boomcore able to get the kill on the Ghost Phantom, and right now it's back and forth. The Flux invested from Peachy will get 3 up in the air on the side of Frost Nova, and it's just been an ult Fiesta right now. The ults are being used left and right. It looks like a match on a Goat's meta right now. But Steam, however, they still have stabilization on point, but Ricky finds the kill on the Harry Poggers, already one of their big supports down. Ricky found another one of them. This won't work. Ricky trying to bring this back into the favor after dying first in this fight, and it looks like he will just be able to do that. Frost Nova bringing it back. A lot of us flying on both sides, but in the end, Frost Nova takes the advantage.
Yeah, so, we said it was weird seeing, the Zenyatta running here, but when you're running a double shield, even with this Reinhardt, it becomes more of a pokey brawl, so you're not really going to want to, speed into anybody. So I think Harry Potter's running the Zenyatta is not a bad call. What the problem was there, this won't work. Should have played a little more passive there, kind of treat it like an Orisa. You're just going to hold up shield and let your DPS do all the damage, right? If they'd done that, they probably would have been able to turn around, not get walled off by Thoriumea, and easy fight, but here we come. Wall being popped out early.
Eye are also being popped out here by Ghost Phantom, trying to find that perfect pick potential on the side of Frost Nova to win the fight using a favor. But he only has 3 seconds in the side. He's got to start using it very quickly. And already you see Waterboy picks off Stelbel. Big pick there from the side of Steam. Bomb from Ricky doesn't get anything, and now there's 2 more picks in favor of Steam right now. Steam finally picking up this heat, getting the kills that they need, and it looks like they will be winning this fight in the end of it all. Ricky will get the kill on the Waterboy, but it won't stop the cap from going in favor of Steam.
You know, honestly, I want people to take notes of Ghost Phantom's tire there. I know it looked like it was a waste of tire, but what it did was, you know, pull out a lot of resources for the side of Frost Nova, which allowed them to be able to take out the Stelbel and the Baptiste, which initially won the fight for them. I mean, yes, you know, the fight cost a lot of more ults, but hey, both teams use a lot of ults, and right now the only thing you have to worry about is a Blizzard. Oh! Blazing Angel ready for that TP. Ooh, folks, be careful of that, you know?
Well, that's the only thing you have to worry about right now is Blazing Angel on the Lucio, because they want blood and they want it quickly getting that 2K boot. But now Steam are resetting with McCree Martin switching over to Cassidy.
I do want to point out, though, that Booncore did transfer over to the Hanzo here. So a little higher, you know, pick potential to kind of match the Junkrat pick potential, and probably a quicker ult as well. You can get longer sightlines, and, you know, it's just easy when you have that nice Sonic Arrow coming in, but just a lot of spam as well. Kind of help out with the double shield.
Yeah, definitely that Hanzo will help a lot more with pick and spam potential here for Frost Nova. You see, they try to take this right side approach to be able to get in there. Definitely a favored place from Ghost Phantom on the Junkrat. Favor. As Xeno drops down on the Reinhardt, trying to contest them, gets very low, but just barely survives. But Ghost Phantom finds that crucial pick on the Blazing Angel. Revenge for that double boop last time. Ricky finds the return kill on the Ghost Phantom. So Steam might not want to commit into this yet, especially when Ghost Phantom has that Rip Tire online. So see what they decide to do. It looks like they're pushing now onto the point. This won't work in PC. Being the first one to step onto the point. And McCree Martin stuck in a very tight situation as Xeno will finish them off there. But PC finds Boomcore on the Hanzo. Shatter comes out from this, won't work. It only lands on the 1, but the Shatter from his Xeno lands on the 3. Those bombs invested here from Ricky. Unable to get anything. It's a flux defensive as the tire from Ghost Phantom picks up 2. Zaya, however, uses the Blizzard, able to eliminate the Baptiste, and the rest of Steam are falling as a result. Frost Nova, surprisingly, and to no one's surprise, with a Frost move, win the fight.
Yeah, that was a great counter ult from Thoromea right there. Now, see, this is what I was talking about at the beginning. Is it better to run the Sigma or run the D.Va? Sigma only has his E for, what, about 4 seconds, and you have like a 6, 7, 8 second cooldown for it. Where D.Va has a 2 second, you know, they can pull out the DM for 2 seconds. It charges up real quick. I mean, D.Va honestly is just better when it comes to helping with Reinhardt. If you're running the double shield with, you know, the Orisa, you could probably justify it, but I think honestly D.Va is just going to be the stronger pick here. Now, Harry Poggers does have this trance, so they couldn't put it strong, especially now that Blizzard is gone.
And also, Harry Poggers gets the kill up onto Boomcore as well, and the window is invested here from Waterboy. Bomb comes out here from Ricky, trying to get any sort of picks, but will separate the members of Steam. Transcendence is invested once again by a Harry Poggers here. And I also invested here from McCree Martin, as now Frost Nova need to try and put themselves here on the point. The window's invested from Stelbel, the Dragon here from Boomcore, and the beat from Blazing Angel. As Xeno able to get that kill onto this won't work, and now Steam, once again, seeming to falter a little bit. They were able to get some more capture percentage, but it's another one fight from Frost Nova.
Now, it's very interesting to see Steam here. They get a strong pick right at the beginning of the fight, and then they just take way too long to push the point. What they need to do is drop down, push the point, force the other teams to drop, because that window was kind of wasted while they're just standing there getting no value out of it. If they were able to push the point, it's like, hey, we got to force Frost Nova to come out of cover and actually take the point. Otherwise, this window has become useless. Then they use Trance early. There's no real value because finally, you know, Frost Nova had their team back. Blazing Angel had a huge peak drop come in, and now what they're going to have to hope for is a big tire coming here from Ghost Nova as we're, Ghost Phantom as we're coming into the last fight.
If Ghost Phantom is able to unleash that, we'll see if it's able to work here. 30 seconds now for Steam to try and get any progress left here on this point. A lot of damage going on to Az, you know, just barely survives there as start to make their engage. And Ghost Phantom has found Stelbel, but as Xeno's in the backline with the Shatter, gets 2 on the Harry Poggers and Waterboy. No supports left for the side of Steam, but Steam starting to get the picks that they need. But as Xeno's able to find the Reinhardt as well, it's so far looking in favor of Frost Nova as Boomcore gets that kill onto Peachy. All that's left is McCree Martin on the Cassidy, and he will fall to the hands of Ricky. And just like that, Frost Nova will be able to hold out Steam here on Hanamura. 62.7%, however, was taken by Steam.
is definitely going to be a tough second hold here for Steam if they can't do the full hold on first point. But I do believe that, you know, they do have a really good chance here. Now, the problem that I want to see coming to them is they keep running this double shield here. They're going to play in the Symmetra if, you know, Frost Nova decides to run it, which, personally speaking, if I knew that, you know, that team was running a, you know, Ryan Sigma, oh, Symmetra all day long. Booncore switching over to the Hanzo was definitely a crucial switch because then you have more spam potential, you have more shield break potential as well. And once again, you have that Sonic arrow, which allowed so much. And oh my God, Azino with that huge shatter getting both support here, turning around at the end of that last fight. That's just something you cannot have happen. So you got to make sure to group your team up so they can get through. Not all, you know, I mean, it's hard when you don't have the Lucio there, but if you don't group up, you're going to get walled off like that, and that's what's going to happen. So I'm hoping that Steam is able to learn from that. We do see this won't work. Run a Rissa. It's finally a different tank than we have seen all night long, which I think is a great call. It's going to allow them to be able to poke at different angles a lot easier, which, you know, technically speaking, if you're running against a Brawl, double shield should be better because you're able to take off those off angles, but we're going to see how they play here. The only thing I'm concerned with is they're running the double hit scan with Ghost Phantom on the Soldier and McCree Martin running the Cassidy. Personally, I'd probably run an Ashe here and maybe even run that Junkrat still, or maybe a Pharmacy or a Torbjorn, just so you can have a little bit stronger spam here. But hey, you know what? It's still going to be okay because you do have off angles, but if they're grouped up on top of each other, you kind of lose the value of the double hits.
Frost Nova teleporting straight to the point here with their Brawl composition. So we'll see if they're able to get any sort of value here already. This won't work. Gets burnt down and killed by Stelbel there. Beautiful coordination there by Frost Nova. And now Frost Nova starts to pile on top of the members of Steam. Green Martin able to get the kill on the Thor Umea, but it might not be enough here as Frost Nova are able to get these picks that they need. Killing Peachy there on the Sigma. The rest is going to be history here. Frost Nova will be able to clean up this fight and will be taking the first point here on Hanamura. As I say that, as Xeno falls, it's still possible they could try to contest here. Nope, doesn't look like it. Steam will be giving up this point. It's going to be Frost Nova.
Yeah, Steam there, instead of being as split as they were, I mean, yes, you kind of, if you know the team's going to run Standard Brawl, you want to be split. But the problem was they let this won't work by themselves. You need a little protection there. You should have put the Baptiste over there. The Baptiste needs to be with the Orisa, so that way the Orisa can survive. Because Fortified does help some, but it doesn't help when they just get brawled right over. That kind of defeats the purpose there. So it was a little bit of the setup scheme of Steam that kind of fell flat in that fight there, and which might cost them. Now, we'll see. They're not running that Lucio, so it's going to be a free coast teleport. And Stelbel doesn't have the window, but hey, you know, it should be almost a free tick.
It will be a free tick here for Frost Nova. Steam start making their gauge here. Ricky able to get that kill on the Ghost Phantom early here as Frost Nova trying to clean up the fight here and now. 2 kills going in favor of them. And that's going to be the point. Frost Nova go up to match point here entering halftime. Really good thus far, and it's going to be interesting to see if Steam will be able to rebound.
Yeah, Frost Nova has looked absolutely solid tonight. Blazing Angel just a menace here on the Lucio, getting not 1 boop but 2 boops, and honestly found the trade on BJ Tower when we saw the Primal coming out. So kudos to Blazing Angel on this Lucio here. Frost Nova just seems like they have a little bit better on the strategy. They have a little more confidence in their team play. You can tell Steam just kind of slowly falling apart here, but I think this halftime is going to be crucial for them. They're going to be able to, hey, look, here's what we're doing wrong. Here's what we need to try. Let's, you know, work up together. And the best news is, you know, it is just, you know, stage 1 here. So maybe they can take all this into the next week when they have a week off and really come up with some better plans and strategies here. But they're not, you know, they've put up some good fights here. It's not like it's been an absolute domination here. They were able to get 2 ticks onto the 2 CP here, or about 2 ticks, and it wasn't 0 to 100 except for on one of the maps in Music Tower. So hopefully when we come back from this break, they'll have a better strategy. They'll maybe switch up maybe some of how the way the tanks are playing, maybe switch up the DPS, and hopefully play into more of a Brawl standard, which it seems like they should be playing into, especially when they're running that. But it's all going to come down to what Harry Poggers picks for the, you know, main support. So it's going to be interesting to see what they come up with.
Definitely, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what Steam come up with. When we come back, we'll see if Steam can continue their record of not being swept this entire match. Frost Nova is going to continue their streak of 4-0ing every team since losing their first match. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back to Tranquility Gaming Season 8 Harmony Tier coverage. If you've missed the match thus far, Steam has basically been hit by a sledgehammer thus far by Frost Nova, as Frost Nova is currently up 2-0, exiting halftime and entering map number 3. It's Steam's last chance to take a map. It's Steam's last chance this series to take a map. Bowsy here with Gizmo. As we're heading into map number 3, Gizmo, Steam have chosen Kings Row.
Oh, yeah, everyone here knows how much I love Kings Row, right? But I'm not shocked here because, once again, we have seen Steam run a Reinhardt lot. Now, what I'm really hoping is that they get off the Sigma and maybe run either a Devo, maybe a Zarya, or they could surprise us and run maybe a Ball Comp. Ball Comp's actually not bad on Kings Row in first point. Like, you can do some pretty amazing work here. I highly doubt it here, but I definitely know this won't work. Will 100% be on Reinhardt, and they aren't. Well, shoot, I guess I'll put an extra like 20 on my donation here for our event week. But Kings Row is a standard brawl map. Everyone knows what's coming here. Everyone loves this map for who knows what reason here. And I'm not even gonna bother saying what Frost Nova's on. They're messing with us. They have to be, right?
Well, I mean, to be fair, the EU map that was broadcasted earlier today did see EU Scrimbucks play ball mostly on Kings Row. There they go. Now
I wasn't really even looking at the ball. I was looking more at the Bastion. That's where it threw me off. I'm like, you usually run Bastion on a pat, not even. But all right, so let's get straight to it. They're running the brawl here. We finally see Peachy play the D.Va here, which I'm very excited for. What I'm not really truly excited to see is Ghost Phantom on the Junkrat. Now, granted, there is no Pharah. There's a tighter space here, so you can get value off the Junkrat. I don't know, man. You can't be a J Silly one trick at this point. And I know they're not a one trick, but we'll see what happens here as we're coming into this first fight on Kings Row.
Interesting to see which brawl mirror gets the sort of advantage, and Harry Poggers already gets the first pickup onto Zeno here from the side of Frost Nova. Steam starting to show a little bit of strength here, but Blazing Angel, it gets the return kill onto Waterboy, so now there's no main heals here for the side of Steam, trying to recover from that sort of problem here. Still, Frost Nova have a little bit of struggle, and now Harry Poggers gets another pickup onto Booncore this time. Harry Poggers showing their stuff here on this Lucio, and Steam will be able to establish themselves on this point. But Zeno's back in the fight. Frost Nova start pushing themselves back into this. That wall from Thor Yumea might be able to block off. This won't work, but it won't be enough to be able to get that kill. Now the tire used here from Ghost Phantom, and it gets Thea along with that immortality from Stelbell, and it looks like Steam will be able to clean this out. Waterboy starting to light up the kill feed, as Steam will be getting the first point here on Kings Row as long as they deal with the rest of these.
We're finally seeing some awesome third and fourth DPS coming out here from Steam. They finally picked it up. But I'll tell you this, the biggest loss fight for Frost Nova, it was losing Thormea because they had the Blizzard. She had Blizzard ready for them, and it could have turned the tide, but unfortunately, she got taken out, and now it's easy, and I love that they're finally taking this aggressiveness. We haven't really seen them take this aggressive pose. They took in the bookstore, they took in this corner where they should be, and they're just kind of holding it now. Thormea is set up for a sneaky Blizzard here, but luckily PC is on this D.Va, so hopefully they might be able to get a nice E.
Oh, a big stun coming out from McCree Martin to shut down Booncore's Deadeye, and Ghost Phantom will get that finishing kill. Blizzard comes out here from Thor Yumea, however, trying to shut down Steam, and the bomb also comes out from Ricky, and it gets to Ricky, not shy of any bomb kills thus far this series, and now Frost Nova will send Steam back to their spawn room, but they lose Zeno in the process, so they don't have their main tank.
I'll tell you what, if I'm Ricky right now, I'm very happy with my average because I'm pretty sure they've gotten 2 kills on every bomb. If not a kill and taken out like a turret or something, so we'll count it as 2. But now they're down so many ults here, so right now Steam can really push ahead with a fast shatter.
Yeah, it was a 4-man shatter coming out from This Won't Work. The beat was there from Blazing Angel, however, to defend it. Stelbell, however, gets the kill into This Won't Work, and McCree Martin now gets stunned out of their own Deadeye, courtesy of Booncore getting that revenge. And now Frost Nova start pushing forward once again. Zeno dies once again to Ghost Phantom, but now you see Frost Nova trying to defend. Ricky, however, will lose his mech, and Stelbell will die to Ghost Phantom. And now Steam are finally starting to pick this back up. Booncore has his Deadeye, but might just be saving here while Steam continues pushing his card.
Yeah, if you don't really have that protect protection, I definitely would be doing what Boomcore is backing up because they do have a chance for one more fight. They do have the Reinhardt back. They have Blazing Angels Lucio there, so they can, you know, they have the chance to contest. And they have the ult advantage right now because the only thing that's really going to stop them is Harry Pogger's beat drop and Peachy's bomb.
Yet I use from Boomcore to try and push in as the beat comes out here from Harry Poggers. The stabilizing Ghost Phantom finds that first pickup onto Xeno immediately. Make that 2 for Ghost Phantom in the fight. Gets the kill on the Boomcore as well. Ghost Phantom's Junkrat starting to show a little bit of strength here as Frost Nova trying to stabilize with all the pieces. They were able to get rid of Peach's mech here. Now the bomb will come out once again here by Ricky, but no kills will be a result of that. But there's a 3-man Blizzard coming out from Thor Yumea trying to turn the tide. Ghost Phantom, however, gets that kill onto the main. It looks like you will be seeing Steam clean up the rest of these picks and be able to get their second point here. Xeno trying to stay alive, but this won't work. Gets the massive shatter to clean up the fight, and Steam are gonna ride this cart into the second point here.
That was a great fight from Steam there. Once again, you know, Thor Yumea had to pop up the Blizzard. They're trying to slow down, but now they have 4 minutes. Steam's actually doing really well here, and I think the big difference here is the fact that Peachy finally got off that stigma and just ran the straight brawl here. And, you know, I was saying that Junkrat wouldn't be what I said, but on streets, it's such a tight, narrow, you know, quarter that the Junkrat becomes so huge. And we have this Riptide coming up, which we will see once that window comes out.
Fire comes out, shut down by Boomcore, and the shatter from Xeno gets 2 on the ground. He's swinging his hammer back and forth, gets Harry Poggers, and this won't work. And that's going to be a one fight here for Frost Nova. And they'll be able to hold the card.
Yeah. And for those who didn't realize, Thor Yumea actually switched over to Junkrat, which isn't a bad call here on third point. Like, anytime you're on these hybrid maps, it gets very tight and narrow, which means Junkrat becomes more valuable, right? So we'll see if she's able to do a nice flank with the Junkrat here, but it's really just going to be coming down to the spam at the end of the game.
And it comes out here for Boomcore to try and split Steam off, send them packing a little bit, and they already eliminate Peachy's mech. Big pick there from Boomcore to eliminate that mech from Peachy. So now Steam without one of their tank players here. Looking for some opportunity. It looks like they're just backing up and waiting for that mech to reset.
Yeah. So once again, here's that spam comes out, and the window finding nice. Oh, Boomcore doing awesome right now, getting 2 picks with that window.
Yeah, Boomcore getting 2 picks with that Cassidy. Will die to Ghost Phantom, but it looks like Steam gonna have to be retreating back to the spawn room here. Frost Nova, however, holding really well thus far.
Yeah. Now, here's what Ghost Phantom needs to do with the next tower is kind of wait out. They don't have to worry about a beat drop this time. They just got to worry about either forcing out the window earlier or letting the window just naturally be thrown out because they can be aggressive here with a huge beat. Oh, early tire.
Yeah, separation tire pretty much, but it's able to get Blazing Angel. Obviously, Ghost Phantom saw Angel go for him and use the tire early to bait it out. Ricky uses the bomb here, tries to get some members, and once again gets 2. Both supports dead on the side of Steam. McCree Martin tries to use the Deadeye to bring it back, but already you've lost 3 members, and that's going to be another one fight here for Frost Nova on the back of Ricky's bombs.
Unfortunate for McCree Martin just getting knocked out of line of sight with that bomb. Not only did that bomb find 2 amazing picks, but it actually saved everyone from getting hit with the Deadeye. It just seems like there's no coordination when popping this Deadeye. They're kind of just throwing it out there. And oh, Thor Yumea, they're behind the team. This might be a massive tire coming in.
Deadeye comes out from Boomcore. Thor Yumea knows they're back here, trying to get that kill on the Ghost Phantom and will be able to. Boomcore also gets the kill on the McCree Martin, so the DPS finding their counterparts, and now Frost Nova still pushing forward. This won't work, and Waterboy will die, and that's another reset for Steam, and they only have about a minute left here at the end, though.
Yes, so here's another little note to take, especially here on third point. Make sure you're watching that stairway, that top, because look right here. This one, Xeno is up there ready for a huge shatter. Gets caught out because Ghost Pepper having to go up there, not really trying to try for that. Gotta be careful. Oh, massive shatter.
Yep, massive shatter coming out. The bomb also comes out from Peachy, eliminates Stelbell, but Thor Yumea gets the kill on the Ghost Phantom. The shatter comes out from this won't work. I think it landed on a few members, but still, Frost Nova getting the kills that they need and getting these kills when they need it. Looks like you're going to be seeing Frost Nova once again win this fight. And now Steam, ever so close, but they won't be winning this fight today.
Oh, and all they have coming up in this last fight is the tire here and the beat drop mid-fight. So they can probably push it past this corner, but it's going to be very hard to get that final point because, once again, because of these maps, it becomes a 2 CP at the end.
Window invested here from Stelbell to try and separate Steam once again. The bomb from Ricky doesn't get dashed forward. That must have been a miss click right there. But the tire comes out from Ghost Phantom, gets hit by Zeno. Ricky gets the kill on the Ghost Phantom, but not at the life of their own main tank. Boomcore eliminates. This won't work. Make that 2 thus far for this. Being able to get the kill on the Harry Poggers. Now it's overtime here for Steam, and the rest of their members are dying at the seams. Peachy's the last one remaining, and they will die to Thor Yumea's trap. And at the end of the day, Steam will get held here on Kings Row. NPC, I hate to break it to you, we're not getting any draws in this series.
That's not necessarily true now. Technically
No,
speaking,
it
you
is.
can still get a draw even when the card has been pushed. So, NPC, keep your fingers crossed here. I wouldn't mind seeing a
It
draw.
is a
Now,
very
if
rare chance, Gizmo.
It is. Hey. Look. We all know my deal. If this happens, I donate $50. Okay.
Well,
And
we already...
Booth said he donates $1,000. So hey, let's. His Tranquility salary, which we all know is a lot. But hey, you know what? It's still possible, and by God, I'm gonna say we've had a lot of records happen on here, a lot of amazing things. I mean, Tranquility is known for a lot of stuff. Personally speaking, my favorite memory of Tranquility is my full back cap on Havana in season 3. But I'm gonna tell you that if there was ever a draw on a live stream game, particularly on a hybrid or a payload map, I don't think we could ever top that ever again. Except for maybe a map 9 that I'm not casting. So
You're about to get started here with Frost Nova on the attack. We see once again that the team wants to stick with this Junkrat Brawl style they've been running all day. So they want to try to go for this first pick here from Booncore. Already almost gets melted down by the Fire Strike from This Won't Work. And we'll switch over to that Cassidy here. Thor Yumea will run the Junkrat here. So it's a mirror matchup for both sides. A lot of damage. So these shields are not going to be living for very long. Buckle up because this is going to get messy. The series goes on. Snowball look like they want to try to take this right side engage here. Boomcore, however, wants to go for that risk and get that Junkrat, unable to get the flashbang off onto it. So we'll see if it works. Okay, the push starts coming in from Frost Nova. That's a big trap onto one of the members of Steam here, and that was onto This Won't Work. So now the Reinhardt can't push forward as much. We'll get a lot of damage pumped into him. Right now it's just a waiting game, and the waiting game is seen to not pay off as Stelbell gets picked off by Ghost Phantom. So Steam will get a little bit of advance here. It looks like Frost Nova will have to back up, but Boomcore gets that big pick onto Ghost Phantom.
it couldn't really turn around here with that huge pick coming out. And here we go, Boomcore going on that flank. Not able to get anyone. It actually gets traded by McCartan, but they have the, flank advantage, but there's not enough heals coming in. The window comes out from Waterboy as I'm taking over the play-by-play for Bowsy because, that's how good we are on Tranquility.
It happens sometimes, but yeah, very interesting. But I don't think that window was really necessary there, Gizmo.
Hey, you know what? Look, Waterboy wants to win this point. They want to win this map. They have to win this map. So you know what? If you're using one ult to win a fight that could have been turned around because you got closer spawn coming in from the attack, why not?
We'll see if it works here. The tower comes out from Thor Yumea, gets rid of that Immortality Field, doesn't get burned down at all, but Boomcore's found the Diva, and there's the 2K tire from Thor Yumea, eliminating This Won't Work in Waterboy, and Xena will follow up the rest with that 2K on the point. Just like that, Frost Nova will be able to cap first point here on King's Row.
You gotta pay attention. I know I said earlier that sometimes the best tire or a valuable tire is just wasting resources, but if you force a resource and you step out of the resource and you didn't touch the tire at all, you gotta make sure your team knows, right? So your Reinhardt can either try to block the damage or you can shoot it down because there was plenty of time there, but unfortunately they just didn't seem like the communication was there from the side of Steam. So now we see in probably what's going to be a considerably easy streets for Frost Nova, but here's the problem. They actually have probably the worst ult economy because Ghost has their tire. They have a 5 ult, and here comes the high noon.
Of course, he's going to use this to separate. Gets rid of the shield there from This Won't Work, and Ricky keeps the streak alive. A 2K Diva Bomb coming out from Ricky. The tire from Ghost Phantom doesn't get anything, and Frost Nova still looking very strong despite not being in the ult advantage.
I mean, it was almost an even ult advantage, but what was massive was the fact that the Deadeye was able to destroy the shield there, which means the Diva Bomb was going to get value, which we've seen all night from Ricky. That tire, unfortunately, was not able to even get the immortality. It had to be blown up, otherwise it was going to get no damage in there, and the fight was over. But the good news is they do have a time for a recontest, and they still have 5 ults. Ghost Phantom switched over to the Soldier, so that's going to be an interesting switch up.
He throws him that bomb, gets rid of Xeno's shield. He's stuck in a very bad situation. Blazing gets the beat off, but Xeno will still die to McCree Martin. The Shatter also used from This Won't Work, gets 3 on the ground here for Steam. The window also invested here from Waterboy. Ults flying left and right here from both sides, but at the end of the day, Frostnova's, I think, out of his fight. Steam are going to be able to get the hold, but Frostnova only lose 1 casualty, and they can back away.
Hey, and that's all right. Now for Frostnova, they have the tire again, they have window, they have shatter, they have everything they can want to take this easy second point here. All they have to do is throw me a hash, throw out the tire, force the window, and then they just burn the shield. And here comes the window, a little early, not a really good spot.
The window used there by Stelbell just to push Frostnova into this sort of area. Definitely an interesting position, but not the worst. Steam trying to stabilize here as Xeno tries to swing away on this hammer, find that perfect shatter, gets 2 on the ground, gets the Peachy, and this won't work down, but already Blazing Angel has fallen to Ghost Phantom. Thoryumea's tire here has to be big, and it has to find enough picks. The bomb comes down from Ricky. The tire comes through, unable to get any picks thus far, but will find McCree Martin and Peachy on the D.Va. That could be massive here as Boomcore gets the kill on the Ghost Phantom as he's using the Tactical Visor. Steam starting to fizzle out a little bit as Frostnova finally finds the picks that they need with the ults that they have. And at the end of the day, Frostnova's going to be getting the second point.
Yeah, like I said, that window probably wasn't the best, but they had the ults to turn around. Can we just say, though, how awesome Ghost Phantom build that tac visor up? They were only on Soldier for a fight. We're able to get that tac visor, so that's pretty massive there. But now we switch over to the Hanzo, be a little more spammy. Hopefully they'll be able to get some value here. And they have the Deadeye coming up from Boomcore, but just, you know, going through that separator.
Just there to smooth the way Steam be able to push forward, and Boomcore just lands every single shot into This Won't Work. Reinhardt's dead on both sides, however, as Xeno falls to McCree Martin, so now it's even on both sides. Can anybody from Steam even be able to touch this? Can't barely just be able to touch, but already the picks are going in favor of Frostnova. Martin, Peachy, Phantom, all dying. All that's left is Harry Poggers here on the Lucio, and the Reinhardt of This Won't Work running back into the fight, trying to get the kills into their favor, but it won't be able to work here today. Exactly what the name states, as Frostnova clean up the fight. They'll win here on Kings Row. NPC, your dreams of a map 5 are over. Frostnova take the series heading into map number 4.
Oof. That was unlucky. I will say, though, that was a nice immortality coming out for Steam Bell. Just barely making the cut, saving them from the Deadeye there. But, oh my goodness, Boomcore has been absolutely devastated tonight. Just popping off constantly. I mean, well, a lot of people probably don't know this. Boomcore, if I'm not mistaken, comes from a YouTube series called Death Battle. And they have been just that, a Death Battle difference. It's just been a slight little bit better on the characters they've been playing. And Boomcore has just been there popping off constantly. Ricky's been having the double bombs. I mean, right now, Frostnova has just looked amazing. Steam has looked so good, too. It's just the follow-ups aren't there. They're kind of trying to go in, you know, struggling to get that regroup, trying to get in there, and they can't get their ults off as much value as Frostnova has tonight. So I think that's been the difference. It's just the ult value has been strong with the Blizzard of Frostnova.
Now, Frostnova being able to use those ults that they need, being able to use those ults in Accordion. Seems like with Steam, they're just using the ults trying to get a win, but Frostnova are using those ults strategically, using those ults to push in, make those sort of moves, bait the enemy team cooldowns. That's what Frostnova is able to do here. So it's going to be interesting to see what the move is here from both sides as we're heading into our next map here. Of course, we do play the 4th map in every single series, and Steam have chosen for their 4th map, Junkertown, a long-range map that tends itself to more double shield or sometimes ball compositions. I think this is the perfect counter to Frostnova.
I think so too. Now, once again, if you look at all the other maps that are payload maps, they're going to be more of a Winston heavy oriented map. This one, you don't play Winston very often. I mean, you can run a dive, you can run double bubble, but it's, like you said, it's more of a ball comp or double shield. And what we've seen from Steam's tank lines, Winston ain't in the cards. So I think it's a great pick for them. Hopefully they'll be able to pull off this win, keep Frostnova from getting another 4-0, which I think will be huge. It'll be a morale boost for Steam as well. And it probably proves to them tonight that, hey, look, we gotta figure out our strategies. We gotta, you know, look and see what we did wrong. there's a lot they can learn from this map. It wasn't like they were playing bad at all tonight. They had a lot of good fights here. Frost Nova just seems to have a little bit stronger strategy, which is okay. That happens, man. It's Harmony tier. Everyone plays to their strength. Everyone, you know, has their weaknesses. It's okay. Good news is this is still stage 1. So they have a whole nother stage to turn things around here. We have Event Week coming out so they can, you know, have a nice relaxing week to have fun and stuff. Don't forget, exclamation donation here so you can help fill up that bar. Or was it Ukraine Relief?
Project Help, yes.
Project Help Ukraine, right? So,
Yes.
I mean, yep. So, guys, I'm just, everyone, I'm telling you right now, this has been a fun match to, you know, not only watch, but, you know, being able to talk about here because both teams have done really well with what their switches up. Just, it's just slight little differences that have, you know, make or break these fights.
Yeah, so we'll see what these teams decide to roll with. Right now, Frost Nova showing the double sniper composition. Thor Yumea on the Hanzo with Boomcore on the Widowmaker. Right now on the side of Steam, they seem to be running a similar thing, except Ghost Phantom and McCree Martin on the Soldier and Cassidy. So mainly more of a double hit scan compared to a double sniper. So we'll see which team gets the advantage there as we see Frost Nova try to make their moves to try and defend here. It's definitely going to be challenging, especially with a lot of damage coming out on the side of Steam.
Yeah. You have the high pick potential coming, you know, with the double sniper here compared to the like spamming. So it's going to be a difference of shield placement and maybe just, you know, off angles here, which is pretty huge when it comes to the first point of Junkertown because you have so much room to play with.
We'll see Frost Nova obviously looking for that perfect potential. Steam getting a lot of real estate here until they reach this open sector. And that's where Booncore starts to fly. Gets that first pick onto Peachy immediately. Already a good start here for Frost Nova as they're able to eliminate one of the tanks here for Steam. Tries to get another pick, but it looks like Steam's just going to be backing out until Booncore finds that headshot onto Harry Poggers. Now Steam retreating with Frost Nova getting a hold.
Yeah. I mean, it's just this first point right here is very huge with the double sniper. Oh, what a great pick coming from Ghost Phantom, finding that Widow, taking them out. But the trade, might not be in favor. Now, double sniper here on the first point, because of how wide it is, just seems stronger. And Cassidy and Soldier both have a higher drop-off compared to the two snipers.
Definitely window invested here from Stelbell to try and keep away Steam. Just keep them out and make sure they aren't pushing too far away while they wait for Boodcore to come back. Sights are triggered as well. Beautiful shot from Thor Yumea. Eliminates Ghost Phantom. Really good shot there to be eliminate the Soldier on Steam. But still, Xeno dies to the hands of Harry Poggers. Looks like there's just a lot of damage here. But there's the Flux from Ricky, lifting everyone in the sky. And that's a 2K Flux here from Ricky. But McCree Martin in the back line gets a double Deadeye, so it's still winnable here for Steam. That's 4 kills for Steam in this fight. Somehow, Steam are bringing this back.
That was a massive turnaround Deadeye. That should be first point. I mean, yes, Frost Nova should have a contest, but they don't really have any ults to contest with. We have both support ults coming from Steam. They should be able to get this point. If I was Frost Nova, I'd just, take my losses, regroup here. But they do have 4 or 5 people, and here comes the Dragon from Formea, able to almost find the Sigma.
Ooh, but Xeno dies immediately, goes for the drop down. Ghost Phantom gets the second one in the fight. Boomcore gets the shot onto Harry Poggers, but it's actually a trade between the Zen and the Widowmaker. Right now, Frost Nova is just looking for an opportunity to try and stall this out a little bit. But Steam will be getting the first point here on Junkertown.
Yeah, what a great Bongo coming out from Steam there. That was definitely the key they needed to, stop that recontest here. Bongo is just such a massive ultimate when you just pour in the damage. And the team's just staggering in right there. Like I said, maybe Frost Nova should have just waited and just let them have the first point here. Now they're on the streets. This Widowmaker is not going to be as effective because it's tighter, narrow, sight lines here. So they're going to have to be able to flank here, and the double shield is going to be a lot more effective. You can't really get the off angles, but woo!
Ooh! Waterboy and Harry Poggers contesting Boomcore there on the high ground. A big pick off there for the Widowmaker. See the enemy team trying to come back into this, and Boomcore gets the respawn here. So we'll see if Frost Nova is continuing to try and hold this. Immortality Field is used from Stelbell, and the Transcendence has to be invested here from Blazing Angel. So obviously it's going to be interesting to see what the move is here. Drum is invested here from the Orisa of Xeno, trying to get any sort of damage there. Card's still moving here for the side of Steam, and they're just about to bring this into the final point. The window is invested here from Stelbell, and no one from Frost Nova is able to touch. There was just too much pressure, too many people on the cart. Steam get the second point with ease.
I mean, what a massive C9er on the side of Frost Nova. They went, I mean, they had the pick. They should have been able to contest it, but they just stood still trying to get too much value on that window that really didn't change the difference. I mean, you got to contest the point at some point, folks. But I mean, there was a lot of ultimates invested from both sides there, so that is yet still a win, but 3 minutes, 42 seconds, that's massive here on Junkertown, especially on the third point here. Once again, folks, it's this double shield. Now they get to stack up, they get to play stronger, but they don't have the high ground. And here comes the Flux.
Big Flux coming out from Ricky. Invests that lamp here from Water Boy, but the Dragon is there as well from Thor Umea trying to solidify the team, and they find Peachy in the aftermath. They also find Ghost Phantom on the other side, so now Frost Nova getting some stabilization here as they will be pushing back Steam, and that last pick on the Visceral Morph is just going to be a stagger.
And now that we're on this third point, this double sniper becomes more effective once again because the sight lines become better. You force the double shield to actually not stack up on each other and spread out, and it makes it so much easier. And you know what? I'm gonna give Thormea credit there for that storm arrow usage. Instead of just straight spamming all the arrows at once, took the time so that way they were able to get the pick off of Peachy.
You just barely saw the outline there for Ghost Fans. Some really good movement to know where to go there to avoid Booncore's shot. But you see now, Steam trying to make their movement in. They do have some ults online, so we'll see how they decide to use them here as they try to make their way to the card. Oh, but Xeno gets pulled off the high ground. That's not good here for Frost Nova, but they are able to just barely stabilize here. Ricky and Stelbel there to be able to protect that Orisa and make sure that they survive another day. Steam start making the advance. The drum is used here from This Won't Work, being able to try and accelerate that damage here. And Booncore finds the big pick onto McCree Martin. Make that 2. Make that 3 for Booncore right now on the Widowmaker. That's 3 headshot kills in this fight alone. Might be able to get a 4th here onto the Sigma. Just not able to, but still beautiful cleanup from Booncore to be able to bring that into the favor of Frost Nova.
Look, just FYI, we've watched Booncore pop off all night, so that's why we're only going to show them when they're coming out of spawn. We can't show them popping off anymore because we got to look at the rest of this amazing fight that's going on here. But 3 straight headshots back to back, able to stop the Bongu push. That is massive here. We have the sights come out, which means, you know, it's going to be a little weight game, but they are going up against double shield, so it's not that bad. It's going to matter if Peachy can get another big Flux here and maybe even combine with the High Noon or with the, oh, never mind. Supposed to be stopped.
Using the Flux there from Ricky to just initiate the fight. Forces out the Transcendence here from Harry Poggers, so that's already a good start here for Frost Nova. Tactical Visor used here from Ghost Phantom won't get a lot of value because of that. And Booncore found another headshot, this time on the Water Boy. Tries to get the kill into Harry Poggers thanks to the help of Ricky, and also gets the kill into This Won't Work. Right now, Frost Nova just taking advantage of this high ground and these angles right now.
You know, honestly, right now, if I was the side of Steam, I'd probably get. I know we have Flux, and I know we have Deadeye here, but I was about to say make some switches. I don't think Brawl going to the Reinhardt is going to be the call. I think I would probably switch over to a dive, so that way you can probably get the Booncore or maybe even Stelbel or Blaze Angel here. Try to like negate some of the damage that's coming out because it's just such a long sideline. If you don't take the high ground, you're going to lose here, and that's what you need to do. You need to switch over to stuff that can take it.
Ooh, but Ricky ends up finding that first pick on the Water Boy, who used the window to try and engage here for Steam. They are able to make their way to the cart. 30 seconds left. That's really good to see. Drum comes out here from Xeno, trying to get those sort of damage into the enemy team. And Deus found the kill onto Ghost Phantom. Deadeye's used here from McCree Martin, able to get that kill into Blaze and Angel. So they're trying to turn it around here, Steam. Might just be able to as Deus tries to find that pick. Unable to get it, but Booncore will get the melee grapple onto McCree Martin. Big kill there. Gets a second one onto Peachy. Flux was also invested from Peachy. Wasn't able to get any sort of kills, but you see Booncore trying to get the kills that they need as Steam will enter overtime here. Here comes the Flux. It gets hacked out by Ricky. Gets hacked out as Ghost Phantom switched over to the Sombra, but still Frost Nova finding the picks that they need when they need it the most. A Dragon there for good measure, and Frost Nova will be able to hold the card here on Junkertown. 77.71 meters taken by Steam.
Yeah, now it's going to be down to Steam being able to hold off maybe streets as best as they can, or take off as much time as they can on the first point here. But you know what, though? I hated they took so long to switch off the Cassidy over to the Widow. They really needed to contest Booncore there. I mean, Booncore was just dominating with the sidelines there on the Widow and the the easy headshot pick potential. I mean, just 4 unstraight contested. That's what I'm saying. one thing I think Steam needs to learn from tonight is maybe hero pool, adapt and grow, because they haven't run really any dive characters minus a Winston early on Lijiang Tower, but after that it's just been straight brawl or double shield. They need to be able to learn how to maybe play the ball, play the Winston, maybe even a Doomfist or a Genji here, because Booncore needs to be shut down. If you take Booncore down and take Ricky down, I think Steam starts to fall apart. Granted, the rest of the team is really strong and heavy, but those two have been like the key players all night long. So it's just what I would come out with. If I'm thinking if I'm going up against Frost Nova later, hey, let's see how they do against Dive. We really haven't seen them played against Dive tonight, and they've played a lot of stuff that have countered what Steam has been playing all night.
Obviously, Steam sticking with this Soldier Cassidy to start out here on the defense. Booncore still on this Widowmaker. Thor Yumea still on the Hanzo, so they want to stick with this double sniper style that they've been doing pretty well with. Give Orsons in their favor as two snipers looking for their sort of angles. And there's the headshot that will start it all. Booncore gets that first shot onto Harry Poggers and already eliminates one of the supports here for the side of Steam. Now it's just going to be a little bit harder for Steam here. They're down one of their crucial supports, and now Booncore's found the kill onto Ghost Phantom. Will get picked out by This Won't Work thanks to a halt to be able to keep him out of that sort of grapple range. Still, Frost Nova starting to make the advance here. They force out the Immortality Field from Waterboy, and Xeno's starting to push forward here with Ricky and Thor Yumea. It's going to be a little hard here for Steam to make any sort of momentum.
Yeah, I mean, it's ult usage, or not the ult usage, but the cooldown usage, and that's a big window, but unfortunately they lose the Orisa there. Steam's doing a really good job holding him on this corner, and this is what I'm saying they need to do. They need to, really contest. Ooh, big pick from Booncore. I don't know if the Torbjorn was a really good call here, considering the sniper's coming out.
Yeah, Booncore gets that shot onto the Torbjorn of Ghost Phantom, and now the kills continuing to go in favor here for Frost Nova. Waterboy will probably be the last casualty here, as Steam might not be able to recontest this. And that's going to be first point go cleanly to Frost Nova here. Steam have to try and set up on second.
Now, here's where I was going to say that, the Widow's not strong here on Streets, which means the Torbjorn might be able to get more value here. But now you're placing a turret like this. This is where Steam is kind of going wrong here with this double shield. You need to stack up, because right now they can't really take the off angles, right? And all falling down and forcing the overdrive on the Torb. That's not good for Ghost Phantom there. But you know what? They do have time to turn around, because now it's tighter quarters, so the sightlines aren't as great, which means the Widow is not, Booncore is not going to get as much value, which we did see on the defense.
They'll start making their way through this little shaft, getting themselves into position, trying to take the fight here. Flux comes out from Ricky. It catches. This won't work on the Orisa as well as Peachy. The lamp was there from Waterboy, and Harry Poggers finds the kill on Estelle Bell. Now Harry Poggers has found both supports in this fight. Thor Yumea tries to return it back with a kill onto Ghost Phantom, and Booncore is trying to take this off angle. Dragon's invested from Thor Yumea, and it gets two. Massive pickups there from Thea on this Hanzo, trying to get the kills necessary here. Phantom will find the kill onto Ricky, but Frost Nova still pushing this cart far, and it looks like they're going to continue pushing this cart through point B.
Yeah, this should just be an easy second point coming in here. There should be at least one more recontest, but it's going to be difficult. Now, Steam does have the ult advantage coming into this fight, because there was a lot of ults used on the side of Frost Nova here, but the way they've been playing tonight, I don't know if it will make a difference or not. It's going to be up to Peachy's Flux here, and the Bongo coming up from this not work.
It comes out from This Won't Work, as you mentioned, as Frost Nova try to make their engage. Xeno ends up dying, however, to This Won't Work. But Transcendence invested from Harry Poggers as well. Molten Core invested from Ghost Phantom, just trying to clean up the fight here for the side of Steam, and it looks like they will do exactly that. Booncore will not leave without getting a kill onto Peachy, however, but still, Steam will be able to win this fight, and that's going to be in the reset here for Frost Nova.
Yeah, and you know what? Even though they used 3 ults there, it was 3 kind of expendable ults there, because Harry Poggers kept everyone in the fight. They now have 3 ults here, so you can look at it as a really good ult economy there. You use 3, you still have 3 for the next fight. Window's massive. Deadeye's probably just going to be a zoning ult, and Peachy is going to come down to that massive Flux if they can find it. But ooh, that's not a good pick.
A beautiful Halt, Rock, and Storm Arrow from Frost Nova to be able to eliminate This Won't Work. It did indeed work there. Now you see that Ghost Phantom trying to contest the card. Booncore already gets the kill off onto McCree Martin here, as the rest of Frost Nova start cleaning it up with the ultimates that they have. Worth noting, Booncore also switched over to the Cassidy, so able to get these sort of kills that they need. And Frost Nova is going to be able to take the second point here.
Yeah, You know, Steam really needed to pop the ults earlier. Like, if you know they have ults coming up, you got to ult first. They can't use their ults if they're down, right? So that was just poor planning coming from Steam and great planning coming from Frost Nova, just going ahead and getting their strong pick. And that massive pull onto this won't work. That's what really gave them the fight.
Now Frost Nova looking for an opportunity to try and finish this out here, and now they only have about 40 meters now to push here on Junkertown, trying to finish it out. Dragon will be invested here by Thor Yumea, just trying to split apart the rest of Steam. Gets a lot of damage done on some members, but just pushes them to the right window here. And already you see Ghost Phantom is on the cart and gets the hammer kill onto Blazing Angel. You hate to see it here. Does get killed off by Ricky, but now that's already 2 picks in favor here for the side of Frost Nova, so they're going to have to try and either retreat or just keep pushing this cart. Now the window is invested here from Waterboy, and all that's left on that cart is Zeno here on the Orisa. Now it looks like that Frost Nova is going to have to retreat with Harry Potter's finding that kill on the Thor Yumea.
You hate to see it. No, I love to see the Thor hammer coming in. But you know what? That's okay. It's been a good push. The window being used there was great, and now they still have 3 ults. Now, actually 4 ults coming up, and almost 5 because this won't work. Should get it mid-fight. You just got to make sure they pop these ults either early or at least consistently enough to where they're not throwing them all at once. And now we see Thor Maya on the Torbjorn. So now they're trying to do a mirror match, but Booncore on the Genji, that's kind of an interesting considering you're going against both a Cassidy and a Torbjorn. I just don't see a lot of value coming in playing the Genji there.
It is very questionable why Booncore is on the Genji, but obviously they want to have 1 win condition. Blade might be able to satisfy that win condition. And you already see Zeno gets that drum out and is able to eliminate Peachy. Free Martin does have this Deadeye, unable to get anything. A beautiful transcendence from Blazing Angel to keep everybody up on the side of Frost Nova as they start pushing this card into the last territory they need to. Mortality Field trying to do a lot here for Stelbell, trying to keep the rest of the team up as Blazing Angel gets the kill on the Ghost Phantom. And all that's left is Frost Nova is these few meters left, and the kills are all going in favor of them. The Flux will be used here by PG, but they'll get killed out in the end. And Frost Nova send a blizzard Steam's way. For the first time in the season, Steam has been fully swept by Frost Nova.
And Frost Nova looking strong absolutely all night long. And Thor Maya right here, this dragon that she pulled off was just absolutely critical here on second point. It's not like it's been a far game in between. Both teams have done really good. I think just Frost Nova's strategy and being able to be more flexible is what gave them the top on the 4-0. So it was a fun match to watch. It was a fun match to, cast. But at the end of the day, Frost Nova did take the 4-0 once again, showing that week 1 loss, it fueled the fire, which is ironic to say for a team that's all about the snow.
Yeah, definitely. Frost Nova showing that they were willing to recover from that, making roster changes, being able to make those moves that they needed to be able to come back and win these last 4 series in total sweeps. Great job by Frost Nova. Steam, again, this was the first time that Steam fully got swept, so they have potential to make a comeback when it comes to the elimination stage in stage number 2, but might look rough for them. But now, Gizmo, with the entire match said and done, we have to choose our players of the matches because Frost Nova had a lot of great players. I'm interested to hear what your player of the match is.
Oof. You know what? I have to give it to Booncore. Booncore was absolutely dominating the DPS all night long, was able to show so much flexibility, and just even characters, especially in Harmony tier, that you don't really see pop off too often, especially on the Widowmaker getting the 4K that was absolutely gorgeous, to the point where even our producer Booth was tired of showing them. I got to give it to Booncore because, just honestly, they kept turning around fights that should have been lost so easily, like it was nothing. I look forward to seeing Booncore maybe even joining a Discord tier team next season, just the way they played tonight.
Yeah, early Booncore Vincent doing really well on that DPS line. I'm going to give it to a familiar face, especially to me, who's been casting him since the beginning. I'm giving it to Ricky. Ricky was a really solid off-tank, got a lot of those big D.Va bombs. Again, you said he averaged about 2 kills per D.Va bomb, and if it wasn't a kill, it was a turret kill, it was a separation tactic, Ricky did really well with those Diva Bombs all this day. And even on the Sigma, he showed that he could have that stripe, getting those flux kills and getting those flux setups. So I'm giving my player of the match to Ricky. Definitely also big shout out to Zeno and Thor Umea. Of course, Thor Umea, formerly a support player, switching over to the DPS role this season. Used to just be a specialist for this team, but had to move into that full-time flex DPS role. Has really been showing up in that position, but overall player of the matches today, Booncore and Ricky, well deserved for their performance today. That is going to do it for us here tonight. Make sure you stay tuned to Tranquility Gaming, as tomorrow we have our Transcendence tier feature match between the Decapitators and Rat Society, airing at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. But for everybody here in the production booth, especially my wonderful co-caster Gizmo Charmander and our producer Booth, we thank you all for watching. Until we meet again, we hope you have an amazing night.